I really didn't expect there to be so much controversy around this pair of sneakers. Here I was just chilling, getting super excited about these coming in, but obviously not everybody is as excited as I am about this pair of shoes. Either way, of course, we're going to be getting into all of it here today, so let's break them open, let's break them down. Today we're taking a look at the Jordan 1 Rebellionaire. Okay, here we go, guys. This is a special unboxing experience for a Jordan 1. I mean, if you've ever seen a Jordan 1 box, this clearly is completely different. So instead of the normal Nike branding, you have this huge giant X, which looks painted on the top of the box. You follow that up with the graffiti style text, which is in kind of a shiny color, so you can see it on the back of this black box. Let's pop open the shoe because you are met with some extra special paper. Now, of course, the paper ties into the whole theme of this pair of sneakers, which we will get into in a second, but let's just pull them out so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it is the Jordan 1 Rebellionaire. So I've already got these all laced up. Now I will show you the included additional laces that you get with this pair of sneakers, and it is white. I thought there was going to be an extra gray pair of laces, but white. So here they are, looking pretty crazy, but at the same time not that crazy. And I was super excited to get these things in. Like, as you know, if you watch the channel, I put these on like one of my most anticipated sneakers to drop this month in March. However, I started hearing a lot of different opinions about this pair of sneakers. So I think the trouble with this pair of shoes really started when Nike announced that there was going to be no Nike sneakers drop, at least out in the US. And I guess what followed on from that announcement is that people assumed these were going to be extra limited. I mean, it's a special pair of Jordans, there's special packaging, there's no Nike sneakers release. These are going to be tough to get. And I saw people on Instagram lining up for the in-store releases, almost like Nike planned the fact that these were supposed to be limited, so everybody went out to go and get a pair, and apparently the stock was pretty high. I also saw a bunch of images of these things sitting on shelves in different countries, so the whole release of these things is pretty wild. Again, I guess this led to a bunch of people thinking that Nike just said, yo, we're not doing a Nike sneakers release to artificially, I guess, spike the scarcity of this pair of shoes. And when people went out to go and grab these things, they were easily obtainable. And I guess that reflects pretty accurately in the resale price. These things are not going for anything more than 40 to 50 pounds over the retail. So I guess it would suggest that there's a decent amount of pairs out there. So along with the controversy of people saying basically that Nike has artificially pumped the scarcity of this shoe to make it higher in demand, I've seen people really take a polarizing approach to how they view this pair of shoes. Like, I just thought, yo, this is a clean pair of Jordan 1s, but some people are saying this is like the worst Jordan 1 that's released the entire year. I thought that's pretty insane to say. I mean, maybe it's a bit loud for some people just because of all of the text, but generally speaking, I really like it. Either way, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comment section. And also, let me know if you managed to get a pair. Let's really see how limited these things were. I didn't manage to get a pair. I thought they were pretty limited because I entered a bunch of raffles. Either way, these did drop on March the 12th here in the UK. They had a Nike sneakers release. However, out in the US, apparently you guys are not only not getting a Nike sneakers release, but they also are going to be dropping on the 18th, I feel like, for most retailers that are going to stock this pair of sneakers. And of course, the retail price, £155 here in the UK and $170 if you're out in the US. So what is this pair of sneakers? Why has it got this weird text all over it? And what does that text say? Well, let's talk about it. This is called the Rebellionaire, and it's actually inspired by the banned Jordan 1, not the red and black one, but actually the commercial that aired back in 1985.
On September 15th, Nike created a revolutionary new basketball shoe. On October 18th, the NBA threw them out of the game.
I mean, we've seen plenty of banned Air Jordan 1 colorways in the past, the red and the black, and how much Nike has really played into that aspect of marketing with the Jordan 1 silhouette. And this one, I guess, takes it to an interesting level, I would say. I mean, honestly, I've seen plenty of worse storylines that they've tried to match with the Jordan 1. This is definitely not one of them, at least in my opinion. In the commercial, it's not the actual pair of Jordan 1s that Michael Jordan is wearing, it's, wait for it, those right there. That's it, on the t-shirts. And the text all over this pair of shoes, which you can't really see on, I guess, the black portions of this shoe, but if you do look carefully at this very scruffy, I guess, almost cursive writing on the back panels, you can see it says, "They can't stop you from wearing." And that is obviously the tagline from the commercial, saying that the NBA stopped Michael Jordan from wearing the Jordan 1, but they can't stop you from wearing it, so go out and buy yourself a pair of these ones.
Fortunately, the NBA can't stop you from wearing them.
Now, of course, accompanied with the box, you are getting that red X on the back, which is not my favorite thing in the world. I don't know. It's definitely not a deal breaker, I'll put it that way, but at the end of the day, I would prefer if it wasn't there. Now, material-wise, I'm actually pretty pleasantly surprised because they feel a lot better than I was anticipating. It actually took me a minute of like feeling around to kind of see what this material is, because so much of it is this kind of overlaid, shiny, almost plasticky feeling text, but underneath that text is a nice feeling leather. It's actually cracked leather, bizarrely enough. All of the black panels are a really nice finely cracked leather, which gives it a really solid appearance. Now, the gray portions is a little bit different. It doesn't really feel like a cracked leather. However, if you do look closely, it does kind of also look like a cracked leather. In hand, I would say it almost feels like the Hyper Royal Jordan 1, that weird kind of almost suede feeling type of leather material, and that's kind of what this feels like, maybe just a little bit softer. Generally speaking, you do all of the press tests, and these are nice and soft. Here's the toe box one, again, nice and soft, certainly not as plasticky and trashy as some of the other Jordan 1s that we've seen. Now, all of the other details on here are pretty standard. You're getting standard black laces, standard sock liner with sufficient padding, nothing extra. The material around it is nothing extra. The midsole is nice and white, and the outsole is a really nice light gray, which I think ties in the sneaker really nicely. Honestly, it feels like Jordan 1s have been relatively repetitive, slapping a different color on and calling it a day, at least for the past year or so. So having something like this, it is a little bit different. No, it may not be your thing, but for me, I think these are gonna go hard. Based off of the old original Shadow colorway, it goes clean. I'm not a fan of the red X, but I can definitely deal with the text. And you know what? I feel like it gives it a little bit of a different look, which I'm a fan of. Overall, I'm here for this pair of shoes. It is definitely going into the collection for me personally. I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know what side of the fence you're sitting on. Were you really excited for this pair of sneakers, or was it just too much for you? Let me know down there. But that pretty much wraps it up for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for coming through, hanging out for yet again another one. Thank you for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's do it like this. But until then...